Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are in Awayuki's bonus content now. So let's start with the extra content part here. It says it's short stories, but I don't really know because there's a short story section too. So we're just going to start this here and see what this is. And if it's short enough, I'll add it to the end of the endings. So suddenly out of nowhere, after years of staying healthy, I had caught a cold. Awayuki, are you alright? Oh, is Awayuki sick? As I lay in bed, Hinagiku approached me with a worried look on her face. I wanted to tell her to stay away because she could catch my cold, but it seemed I was weaker than I thought and I couldn't speak.
まあ、Hinagikuは本気で風邪ひかないし、これくらいなら大丈夫だろう。
Besides, it wasn't so much that I had caught it from anyone in particular, but that I hadn't taken enough care of myself in general. You had a really rough time yesterday, didn't you? Only did the motor coach break down, but for it to start pouring when you were fixing it and for your umbrella to go missing. Oh, it's back then, huh? And to come home to all your spare clothes being drenched from the roof leaking, it must have been awful. I feel so guilty for being in the bath all the time and not knowing a thing about what you were going through. Oh, okay, so it's not the rainy date one, right? Although I had toweled off my hair, I was still soaked for a fair amount of time. I had delayed my own bath, waiting for my lady to finish hers so that I could attend to her as usual. You should have told me. I could have tried to help you.
お前だって、りょうくの帰り、雨に降られたんだろう。姫がきっちり温まってくれないと、俺は、それどころじゃない。
Really now? After I pushed myself to reply, my lady sighed back at me. I'm happy that you always put me first, but this is really going too far. Maybe you shouldn't be going out on your own without me. I found myself unprepared to admit it, but to be honest, I had thought the same thing a number of times in the past.
姫のそばを離れると、一気に運が悪くなるような。
But I was never a lucky person to begin with. After coming to the Eastern Fifth, my luck mysteriously seemed to improve. Now my days are peaceful to the point that I forgot at times how unfortunate of a person I had once been.
多分これ、別に俺が幸運になったわけじゃないんだけど。
It's just that my lady herself was very lucky. For example, if Hinagiku were to say, I like a book from the novelist Shuka. When I went out the next day, I would just happen to find a single book left at the bookshop. Say, Awayuki. I'll do my best to take care of you today. He made him choke on his medicine. Are you alright? You shouldn't be trying to sit up. Here, you need to lie down. Unable to hold my body up, I weakly lay back down again.
どうも、姫に対する感がいつもより鈍ってるみたいだな。普段の俺なら、姫が何か困ったことを言い出す前に予想できるのに。
Something problematic. I couldn't tell what was to come today. Even if I could, I didn't have the strength to stop what would happen next. Alright, you're supposed to eat apples when you're sick, right? I'll peel some for you. My lady, uncharacteristically prepared, pulled out an apple and paring knife from God knows where, making me want to scream.
待ってくれ、ひなぎく。
Where'd you get that?
俺は今、みかんが食べたい気分だ。
Don't peel an apple, I want tangerines. Tangerines? Alright, I'll look for some in the kitchen. Immediately nodding her head, she quickly left the room. I was relieved that she changed her plans. I was certain that my quick thinking had just protected my lady's delicate fingers.
だいたい、ひなぎくは果物の皮なんて剥いたことがあるのか？
The Girls' Academy only admitted daughters of noble families, so I couldn't imagine any of the students being taught chores. It was the servants who were responsible for the housework in the homes of the nobility.
どうしてできるかわからないことに、まず挑戦しようとするんだ。
You know, you're the same way, right? The answer came to me a few seconds later.
ああ、やたらと運がいいからか。
Whenever my lady was in trouble, things tended to resolve themselves one way or another. Except for the 3 bad endings, right? Well, I suppose it could be seen as a strength that she has no strong fear of failure. After a short while, my lady came back into the room. She had some tangerines, a bucket filled with what appeared to be ice water, a towel, and a spare change of clothes for me.
どうして一度に全部運ぼうとするんだ？
I realized the answer as I was in the middle of asking myself the question. I normally made sure that my lady didn't have to carry anything. In other words, she hadn't yet experienced how difficult it was to try and carry more than one was capable with just 2 hands.
まあ、これで学習しただろうし、ある意味良かったよな。
Hinagiku moved with alarming shakiness, and after putting the bucket by the desk and the clothes on the bed, she began working in earnest. Awayuki, you must feel uncomfortable from all that sweat, right? I'll wipe you down.
氷水で。
With ice water. I had a feeling that her conceptual handbook on nursing was missing a few pages. As for whose fault that was, it was mine.
姫が喜ぶならいいか。
With ice water. Tried to empty my mind. I cooperated with my lady as she took off my clothes. Oh, really? The ice water might have actually felt nice during the height of my fever, but...
今ちょっと、まだ寒気が。
Hinagiku glanced at me, only now feeling embarrassed from taking such intimate care of me. She's only just now embarrassed. My lady was pretty adorable. Aww.
それはいい。
Oh. I grabbed her arm and stopped her as it seemed she intended on changing my underwear too. Oh my goodness. Like a little child. She's going to change his underwear. And he's like, wait, I can do that.
あとは自分でやる。後ろ向いてろ。
Okay. I mustered my last remaining strength and changed my clothing. As I collapsed back down to the bed, she held out a piece of tangerine that she had peeled in the meantime. Here, Awayuki, open wide. This must be like... I don't know. This must be hard for him to handle, like being the prideful man that he is, right? I immediately opened my mouth to accept it, and was honestly thankful for the hydration and sweetness that suddenly flowed into me. I was sure that I'd never find another noble woman who would do such a thing for her attendant. Nevertheless,
風邪が治ったら、いろいろ教えるか。
how to use warm water instead of ice water. Perhaps I should have taught her the basic remedies sooner. I reflected for a moment on my own contributions to the situation, but I was very happy that she tried her best to look after me in her own way. That was really cute with ice water. We're going to, I mean, if he has a fever and you're putting ice water on him, he is probably losing it. Okay, so here's the short stories that's in the gallery. And it's Awayuki, so let's see if it's the same. If it is, this is going to be short. Okay, no, it's not. Attendant duties. Say Awayuki.
なんだ？
I've been working really hard recently, haven't I? For the applications to remodel the clinic, finding instructors for the learning facility, the new row house.
ああ、両区の視察にも行ったし、議会に出席したり、入営に申請したり、頑張ってたな。
I thought I had agreed to her satisfaction, but my lady looked displeased. You're not going to praise me. At the sound of her sulking voice, I couldn't help but knit my brow with worry.
都度褒めていると思いますが。ご立派です、当主様。
The resentful glint in her eye as she looked at me felt undeserved, and I was at a loss for what to do. It wasn't long ago that I was happy to hear even the slightest praise from you, Awayuki. But I silently began to brace myself. If she displayed this pattern of behavior, I knew more or less from experience what was coming next. It's not enough. You should praise and spoil me even more. Oh my goodness.
あのな。
With the frown still on my face, I let out a sigh.
俺の仕事は、お前が当主として手腕を発揮できるように支えること。
I wonder if this is when she was younger, because she didn't seem that selfish at all in the main story.
日常生活はもちろん、書類の準備やら領区の視察やら、できることは何でもする。そういう意味では、姫の機嫌を取るのも、まあ、仕事のうちだ。
Hinagiku was so easily to predict. Her eyes immediately sparkled with anticipation.
その上で言わせてもらうが、俺は十分すぎるほど甘やかしてるはずだ。これで足りないのはお前の問題だろ。
That's funny. Get over it. Huh? The expression on her face changed completely, scrunching into a look of the utmost displeasure. She was clearly dissatisfied as she began to mutter. As an attendant, you're perfect. I'm very grateful for that. But Awayuki, you're... After trailing off, Hinagiku's cheeks grew a delicate shade of red. My lover, right? Oh, okay, so this is... okay, so she's being more selfish because they're together, and she's like, be more attentive, sir. He's like, I've already spoiled you enough, so get over it. Where in the world did she pick up the knowledge that a lover would be more indulgent with her? She wasn't wrong, of course, but even though I knew she wasn't wrong logically.
思いが通じたからこそ、こっちはいろいろと自分を律してるんですよ、姫。
Come to think of it, she had always been like this. My lady frequently did things that made me wonder if she did them intentionally.
いや、まあ、俺はずっとそばで見てきたから、自覚の有無くらい見分けられるんだが。
She's intentionally trying to get attention from you, man. Pay attention. Roughly speaking, I'd say she was unaware 20% of the time. While she had gotten better at allowing my particular attention, she was growing more aggressive about it year after year. Year after year? How long has it been? You still won't give her attention? My goodness. I had my own needs and frustrations building up beside me, and now that I can barely withstand them any longer, she does this. Oh. They're having a little internal lovers spat, are they?
もっと甘やかしてほしいって？
Yes, I do. Nagaku shyly nodded as she spoke. I sighed again and urged her to continue.
じゃあ、具体的にはどんな？
Her face turned red with embarrassment. I felt there was a little harm in testing my lady about what she was thinking. There was a little harm, was there? Though I also knew very well that she wasn't thinking about that of all things. Oh, are you sure? She turned red with embarrassment. The more you hoped for something from her, the more likely she was to betray you. That was the sort of person she was. Does he want that? He said he's been holding himself back because they've confessed feelings, and you know, they're in a world where they can't love each other, right? Hmm. He's had his own needs and frustrations. And she wants he wants her to think about that, right? That's what I'm getting from this. But, well, like,
Hmm.
Nagiki looked like she was having trouble expressing what she wanted, looking at me nervously, like rewarding me with my favorite desserts.
ほら見ろ。
See? He wants other things too. That was what I wanted to say to myself from just a few seconds ago. Although I knew I shouldn't expect what I wanted from her, somewhere deep down I definitely was. Why don't you voice it? You just asked her what she wanted. Why don't you tell her what you want? At this moment, I was more disappointed than I expected to be. I was tempted to point out that I had only ever prepared her favorite desserts, but if Hinagiku was saying that she wanted to be spoiled more, surely an extra effort at the special treatment would do. Fine. Sure. So be it.
よくわかった。
That was all I said as I stood up. Nagiku looked puzzled as I left her in the study alone. Aww. He's feeling neglected too. I searched around the grocers at the central district. It was almost the end of the season, so I didn't think I'd find any. Judging by how startled and nervous the shop owner's expression was, I must have had a pretty intense look on my face. Thanks to my lady, I had no time to exchange pleasantries. Welcome back? As expected, she was still busy with her work, turning to look my way as I came back into the study. I gave her a curt report as I approached her desk.
準備してきた。
Oh. Seeing what I held in my hand, Hinagiku broke into a smile of delight. I had thoroughly washed the grapes that she loved so much and brought them to her on a glass plate. Thank you, Awayuki, they look so good. All she wanted was grapes. As she excitedly reached out her hand, I pulled the plate back slightly.
お前は報告書を書いてる途中だ。手が濡れたら困るだろ？
I thought he was going to tease her.
俺が食べさせてやる。
I set down the plate and took off my glove as I spoke. You'll... She blinked with surprise, looking from me to the grapes. Ignoring the startled shifting of her eyes, I peeled the skin off of one of the grapes. You peeled the skin off?
口開けろ。
Just eat the skin. Wait, Nagiku stumbled over her words, trying to decline my offer by shaking her head slightly, but I wouldn't let her.
言ったよな。食べさせてほしいって。
Let him have his guilty pleasure. Oh my goodness. I didn't mean...
早くしろ。書類に垂れると困るだろ？
He's saying it so nonchalantly, but I know. This is his guilty pleasure, right? Is there a CG? Oh, yay. That's cute. It really is Drippy Man all over the place. I gently pressed the juicy grape against her lips, which she parted slightly to let me feed her. Oh, that's cute. Though reluctant, she accepted it as she watched me lick the juices that dripped down from my fingers to my wrist. Just licking his wrist. Without saying a word, he turned red to the tips of her ears. Hey, he has his own needs and frustrations too, right? That's so funny.
もっと食べるよな。
I'm fine. Ignoring her hesitation, I peeled the skin off the next grape. He needs it too. Like, just let him have it.
美味しいだろ？結構高かったんだ。もうブドウの季節も終わるしな。その分甘さは保証するって、青物屋の主人も言ってた。
Hinagiku must have been so flustered as she didn't seem to have the capacity to reply to me.
正直、侵略的な気分になってる自覚はある。
Hey, I'm all for it. Go for it, fan. You deserve to get something out of this too, right? Especially since, like, she's been frustrating you so much because she just wants simple things. And he's like, My lady knew nothing of it. A man has needs.
思いが通じたんだから、遠慮する理由は、もう俺の良識くらいしか残ってないっていうのに。
Your own sense of decency, huh? Well, there was definitely some of that left behind in the good ending, right? If she did anything to break through that, oh. It was possible that I would no longer be able to think straight.
ひなぎく、お前のことは甘やかしてやりたいに決まってるだろ。正直、度を越したことだってしたくなる。
Man, he's kind of reminds me of Caleb from Love and Deep Space. He's going to be holding back so much that he's just going to explode one day.
それをどれだけ我慢してると思う？
I let a smile show on my lips. I observed her emotional state as her eyes shifted from side to side, as if the mere sight of me was too overwhelming for her.
これまでは、まあお前も子供だったし、多めに見てきたけど、もう子供じゃないよな。
My lady had always maintained that she was an adult, and she seemed to now realize that she couldn't argue the fact. Besides, she actually wasn't a child anymore. I narrowed my eyes and looked at Hinagiku.
じゃあ挑発するな。昼間は厳しくても。
Don't provoke me, or I might snap and lose all sense of control and decency.
夜はちゃんと甘やかしてるだろ。
Okay, there you go. At least he gets some time with her, right? As I whispered to my mistress, she turned bright red and froze in place. Watching her as she did so, I finally began to feel myself calm down.
これで少しはおとなしくなってくれるといいんだが。
Okay, so he feels like he has to hold back during the day, right? Because he is an attendant, and he's got to remain... He's trying to keep that in his head, you know, trying to draw the line during the day, not to cross it, but at night. I understand what's being said now. Still, I knew that this momentary state of obedience could easily be done away with as soon as she felt there was a new challenge to face.
やれやれ。
I would need to think over how to avoid her assertive approaches in the future. I let out a sigh, thinking of how much more there was to worry about as our relationship continued to change into something new. I liked it. It was cute. Okay, so there's only one short story, right? Okay, maybe there was two. Maybe it was that one and the other one. My controller doesn't want to work now. Okay. Oh, I guess it doesn't work because I don't have any more unlocked. Alright, well, that is the end of the short stories. It was only like 20 minutes, so I'm going to put all this together and see what the time comes out to be, but I might just end up separating this one anyway because the other one's over an hour anyway, and why not have 2 more episodes, right? And since they're already done, I could just, you know, post them close together and they won't be like 5 days. Speaking of like the last time I posted a video, when was that? It was 4 days ago. Almost 5 days. It'll be 5 days by the time this gets posted anyway. Anyway, it's 11 o'clock, so yeah, I need to edit it. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like down below and or subscribe. And I will see you guys in Tubari's route, which is going to be after I play through Nikkei Battlefield Waltz. Because I'm switching back and forth now between the games, so I can keep going through the route and not have too many days in between and forget. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.